That's what I'm saying.
Stop, Timothy. How you? Stop, Timothy. How you?
You gotta hit that Dante's boxing.
Hi, I'm Brianna, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Show.
Yeah, I don't want to fight you because you don't do nothing for me. But here's a young guy that's coming up right now that's willing to fight you. Step up.
Yeah. Now let me ask you about the big lawsuit that's going on right now. Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya, they're both suing top PBC Al Heyman, but the fans are in love with PBC Series because they're providing free fights. The fighters are in love with them because they're getting paid well. Even Robert Garcia just did an interview, and he's with Top Rank, and he said PBC, they treat us better than Top Rank does. Why do you think Top Rank is suing Al Heyman? And do they have a chance of winning?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily know if they have a chance of winning or whatever. But I mean, of course, I mean, you have one guy that's came into the sport and he basically took over the sport. You know, I mean, anytime you involved with 4 different networks, I mean, you know, you're controlling the sport. And I think that's what it is at the end of the day, is that he's a guy that came in, took over boxing, you know, and it's more about that than anything else. I don't think it's about nothing else.
More personal. Yeah. Okay, and last but not least, what did you think about Broner versus Porter? Did it play out the way you thought it would? And where do they go from there, from now?
Well, I mean, it kind of played out like I thought it would, but because I didn't know, you never know what Broner's going to show up. I mean, the one thing with me, with Broner is, you never really show me the ability to actually box. And in this fight, he didn't show it either. I mean, because he was too busy throwing one jab, and every time he threw a jab, I mean, one thing about Porter is a guy who, he makes every fight ugly. You know, and the reason why he's able to make those fights ugly is because he puts constant pressure on you. But if you know how to box, you would know how to tame him. But if you don't know how to box, you're not going to tame him, because if you throw one punch, you throw one jab, he's already there. He's there to grab hold of you and do whatever he likes to do to fight his fight. But if you're in constant motion, if you're jabbing and you're moving at the same time, you run him into stuff. Kind of like Broner did a few times in the fight, but you know, I mean, he couldn't do it consistently. So, I mean, you know, Porter's a dog. I mean, he stays on top of you. He's a workaholic, and I mean, you know, I just think the best guy won. You know, the guy who was able to, force his style of boxing upon the other one. And, you know, and Broner, you know, he kind of got too caught up in not even, I mean, to me, he turned the fight into something that it shouldn't have been. You know, I mean, sometimes he goes too far. You know, just like talking about the guy's dad and stuff, that's not necessary. You know what I mean? And, but it is what it is, you know,